Hello, tribe. We are gonna give some people time to get on. So we are gonna do convos with the tribe. It's Tuesday, and I know I don't do it every Tuesday. Please know, I only don't do it every Tuesday because I do it as I can get actual tribe members, as I like to call them, on the live. I hope y'all like my hair. Now, when Jelly get on here, y'all, she is going to talk me through how to see the freaking, how to see the freaking comments. Because she swears I should be able to see them. And I don't see them. So I hope y'all like the hair. These are my locks. These are not faux locks. I was telling our natural hairstylist, who has been our natural hairstylist for 20 years, or a natural hairstylist, I've only been around for 7, that I need a natural hairstyle that looks just as nice as the faux locks without me always having to do the same updos. Y'all see me looking down because I'm going to come into the live from Facebook so that I can see your comments until Jelly can hop on here and catch my life. Let me do some announcements, y'all, because this holiday is about to be bomb. With this combo with the tribe, I'm calling it Girlfriend Edition. And hey, Teresa, I can see you. I see you. You do like the hair. Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. So we're doing a 12 days of Christmas giveaway. Let's start there. We're doing a 12 days of Christmas giveaway. I will have a link up tomorrow morning where you can register, and we're going to give away all of my favorite things. And for those of you who know me, I'm a little bougie. Hello, Queen. Thank you, sir. Don't get me started. Okay. Girl, Miss Woods is my baby, and she is helping me with life. So we're doing 12 days of Christmas giveaway. We're giving away my favorite things. Everything from a Starlight Teeth Whitening at Home edition with the mineral supplement. And the mineral supplement in a dental office, y'all, is a $200 treatment. I'm giving these mugs away, okay? We're giving away facials. We're giving away spa days. We're giving away restaurant gift certificates. I'm doing a raffle. Like, we're about to just, 2020 need to end with a bang, okay? I'm just saying. You asked for it, and I'm going to do it. A Portia's Favorite Things market, okay? So just know, for my clients who are coming in December, starting in the second week of December, every client who comes in, I have a gift for you. So when you come in with your appointments on the books, I see you, Jill. I'm about to link you in. When you come in with your appointments on the books, you're going to leave with a personal gift for me, okay? So, y'all, just know I'm on a little late. I know I'm rushing. I'm trying not to flip this the wrong way, y'all. And what I am also going to do is do an announcement of everything on our IG page. So if you don't follow our IG page, you should. Second question, totally vain. Let me know what y'all think of this lipstick color. I don't know if y'all know this, but one of my absolute favorite cousins have a lip line, and I'm feeling this. Like, I'm feeling the heck out of this. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my girl, Jill. She owns the Bella Project. They can see you. I should probably tell you that. She owns the Bella Project. I am Team Bella. I've been Team Bella for years. I wanted y'all to hear me and my inner circle. Jill, I know I was going to text you, but I think we're going to gel today. Like, we just going to be raw.
You want to gel? Okay, so first of all, what I want you to do, because I don't know if you can see, your comments are coming in. Michelle E. Edwards says your hair is beautiful. So do you need me to show you
how do I do it? I told you.
Okay, so to your right. Because right now you have it on branding because you got your little big thing coming across the front, covering us. I'm like, where's my neck? I'm trying to see my.
Tell me what to do, boo.
Okay, on the side where it says cut, because you have branding, you have brand comments. You need to click on comments.
Okay, I'm clicking on comments.
Now you see how the comments just showed up. Live comments show up. Okay, good for you. Now click on. There you go. Boom. Can you see it? Can you see it? You did it.
They ain't ready. Do you? Okay, but I'm seeing more comments on my phone than I'm seeing in this box. Why is that?
I'm only seeing one comment.
Okay, well then let me say this, Teresa, if you're still on, I saw your comment. Thank you, boo.
And probably because depending on you refresh. Okay, because Carla Childs is saying hi, but I'm not seeing, but you can probably see, is it private chatting? Is she private? No, she's not.
I'm not seeing
I need to refresh. Depending on you refresh. Okay. Teresa Hayes loves your hair. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Jelly. Hey, girl. Probably see. Is it private chatting? Is she private? No, she's not. Okay, it's okay. We got this. At least we got Michelle in. It's baby steps. Next time, you're gonna get everybody in.
I will look down in comments. I see. Hey, Carla. I promised to comment on. So, Jill, you know, whenever we get together as two business women who are active in the community, I want this Convos with the Tribe to be about not just beauty, because beauty is what I do, but
coming across the front.
I think I'm hearing an echo. Are you hearing an
echo? Click her comment off. We love you, Michelle, but click her comment off. Click. There you go.
I think what often happens, y'all, if you are not part of the tribe on a regular basis, excuse my language because this is just who the heck P Brown is. I think as business women, we are sometimes so busy trying to make it look good and look easy that people think that being a business owner in today is about buying a business license for $35, setting up an IG domain and jumping, right? And I think we don't often express the stress and the mental, physical journey that comes with it. And mental health is important. We don't often show who we are. We give people highlight reels, you know what I mean? And what I love about my tribe is you can sit in the waiting room on any given day and have a perfect stranger feed into you. Or like I had two women in the waiting room who both lived in Colorado. They are now the best of friends. When they were in Colorado, they lived a block from each other and didn't even know each other. You know what I mean? It took Tennessee and Aesthetics by P Brown to make that happen. And so I'm going to ask you some questions and we just going to vibe. Can we do that?
Can you push us back a little bit?
I can do it. I think you think my
okay, thank you. Whew. All right.
I think you think my skill set is more than what it is. Okay. So as a businesswoman, because first of all, give us background on the Bella. Give us the background because Bella is you have Bella, you have Jellyville, you have Auntie Jelly, you have a lot. So give everyone before I ask the question that I'm dying to ask you.
Okay, so first of all, let me go ahead. Okay, first of all, thank you for having me. Hey, beautiful people. Hey. Status by P Brown family and friends. Those of you in the inner circle, those of you who like to be in a circle, those of you who are on your way. Your hair looks beautiful, Portia. Thank you for having me.
Loving the process. You know that, right? I did. I was like, look, I am not gonna get on this live looking busted.
First of all, you never look busted. I mean, not online. No, I'm playing. No. I mean, you don't. I mean, and I'm biased.
Girl, yes, go ahead.
Even on days where you feel that you might look a little busted, I don't see you with the same eyes that some people do. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in a relationship, there's, you know what I mean? Like,
no, true.
I don't see you with the same eyes. You know what I mean? I thank God I'm able to see you. You know, I feel like I see you how he sees. So I'm like, no, you fine, girl. You popping. You know?
True. And you know what? It's those moments that keep me, that reaffirms the woman in me. You know what I mean? But go ahead, introduce us, Queen. You know, we'll get started.
Okay. So first of all, hi, friends. So Jelly Malanga here, and I am the founder and director of the Bella Project. The Bella Project is an enrichment organization for women, girls, and teens, just to help, empower them. And we're growing. We're all growing together. We all heal daily. We're all growing together. So basically to a sense of support. I'm also the founder and director of the Miss Bella pageant, which is a plus size pageant and princess coronation. Shout out to those of you who have participated. And then I am also a local DJ on WXNA FM 101.5. My show is called The Couch. And then what else you wanted me to every little thing? I also do event consulting. I've done everything from festivals, bridal expos, bridal shows, fashion shows, pageants, weddings. I'm very big on event etiquette. Which if you would like some information on event etiquette, how to do things, how to make sure that your people want to come back, how to vendors, how should you treat people? How should you make sure that you're ready for them? I'm your girl, hit me up. And then a former nanny, early childhood, early learning person who's done camps in and out of the country. I've done camps in 3 different countries, 4 different states. I love early learning, and I'm very excited because that's going to be one of the new things that we're going to dive into. Hey, Beth. What we're going to dive into is the early learning part. So I'm very excited about what's getting ready to happen for all of my littles, 6, 7, and under. We're coming from you now.
I love that you point that out because Beth will tell you, like, something happened in January of 2020. And I woke up and God was like, you got to water the seeds. You know what I mean? Like you got to plant in this generation, which you need to come forth 2 generations from now. And so I have been on it to, like, whatever the kiddos need, we will provide, because I think people think that results happen instantaneous. I digress because I'll get on my soapbox. Question: what is one thing you would consider a humongous failure that you use?
Girl, that's not the right question. We're not gonna start crying in the beginning. Shoot.
Oh, I'm a Pisces. I cry all the time.
Hey, so, Monique, I just got my lashes filled yesterday. You trying to make me cry? Girl, bye.
I just like one that.
Next question.
Say at the moment, like in the time of it, you were like, shit, I bombed this. Only for you to later like attack the problem and make it a success story. Anything. It doesn't.
Okay, so for me, the last time that we were able to do a pageant all together, things were very crazy, life-wise, and I had to choose a date. Mm-hmm. Y'all, I chose a date that was not only like Juneteenth, but it was also like Pride weekend. So for me, who strives off of the noise, the liveliness, the bring me the people, and everybody was like, oh, the show was still great. We had a good time. We enjoyed it. But for me, it wasn't, what I wanted you to walk away with. And so I felt like, that's a lighter story that I'm a crier, y'all. I'm very sensitive.
Girl,
like, some of that is me being sensitive. Some of it is hormonal imbalances. She's just all emotional. So that is a story that I can share and feel confident sharing. Like,
how did it become a success then? You like just the people's experience, even though you didn't feel
it? The feedback was phenomenal.
Okay.
I didn't put a lot of pressure on my contestants as I typically do to take care of business. That's the other part of when you're in business. You need to make sure everybody that you're doing things with takes care of their business. And I just trust, instead of being a lot more cognizant of what the business part of things, I was just expecting people to be as passionate as I was and just do what they needed to do. And that is not what happens. It's like we were on a seesaw and they was on the other end. You know what I'm saying? And I could wait. I could wait.
I get that.
We could
for me, one of my moments was when I stepped into the teaching arena, right? And so, disclaimers. Anyone who knows me, anyone who is truly a tribe member know I strive to be as transparent as possible. So when I tell this story, I am not throwing shade on any school. I'm not throwing shade on any person. If you are on this live and you were one of my students, I still think you're going to be amazing. This is not me being a bitter bitch, I swear. But so I had all these ideas, right? Because up into me going to school to get my aesthetics license, I had taught advanced courses and they thrived and I loved it. And then I went to go work for a college who shall remain nameless. And y'all, I did girlfriend time, I got deodorant on my shirt. And it was very humbling. Not in that the experience, but it was the first time I had to teach in an environment where I didn't have as much control over the curriculum as I thought I would. And so I found myself in a situation where I felt like I was doing my students a disservice, right? Because every time I tried to take them past the textbook, my director would be like, that ain't what they paid for. That's advanced aesthetics. You got to back them up. You know what I mean? And I felt like it was a huge waste of my damn time. Like there was a point where I felt like the students didn't care to learn. And I'm pretty sure it was because every time we tried to do something, you know what I mean, forward, we had to back up. And I don't know, like, I think it was very emotionally charged, which we were women. It is what it is. I'm trying to figure out how to say it and not say it. But to me, it was one of those moments where I was like, I failed these students. You know what I mean? And then it came on a time where I had an esthetician, and what sparked that journey was she had been working with me for a couple years, and I just could not get her to connect with what was going on in the treatment room. Like my learning style and her learning style was just not hitting. And so I was like, I don't have time for this. Like it dulled my passion for teaching for several years. It made me very resentful in the end because a lot of students that I thought I went above and beyond to try to help didn't really see it for the heart of what I was trying to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it became a situation where every act of kindness I did came back to bite me in my butt. And so for me, the success is I had to sit down for quite a while because here's the thing. Okay, when I tell this story, because I'm editing in my head, let me tell y'all something, women in business. There are going to be situations. First of all, I do not believe in failures. I do not. I believe it is a learning lesson. Just because it couldn't be applied in that time, in that moment, does not mean it cannot be applied down the road. But you're going to have times in business and life where people are just going to burn you. Like they're going to make you feel some type of way. And you have to make a choice. To let that hinder you or let you move or move past it, right?
It's going to be a hindrance or a help.
Yes. And I'm saying that because the time frame for that choice is different for every situation. I can think of about 3 people who used to work. 3 people who used to work at Aesthetics by Pete Brown that I honestly, in my spirit, wish that it had ended in a way where it was understood, like what you were emotional about was beyond my control. In this school situation, I was jaded. Like I gave you what you needed to succeed. I tried to force feed you what would make you profitable because a lie they tell in aesthetic school is you're going to come out and you're going to make all this money as an esthetician. And y'all, I cuss a lot. This is just, my father was in the military. So when I say what I'm about to say, just it's who I am. I love y'all. That's a fucking lie. You come out of school outdated. You come out of school on basic shit. And then you approach me with confidence, right? Like I'm supposed to be like, oh, you know what a 10% glycolic acid is? Cool. I'm cocktailing. My estheticians are cocktailing. They take tests to, you know what I mean? Like, that's cute, but you're still not where you need to be. And I got into teaching because I wanted them to come out empowered. I wanted them to come out equipped. I wanted them to be able to leave the aesthetics room and go straight to work. And they felt I was doing the most. You know what I mean? And it took me 3 years. And I'm a Pisces, to work through the fuck you moments. You know what I mean? The moments where you want to look at the situation and be like, you can get it, you can get it, you can get it. And then on top of that, I'm working somewhere where I'm like, I make more money being here from my other job when I'm not doing nothing. It was an L. It was an L. It was a learning lesson. It was an L for real. And then to be in a point where it took me 3 years to work through it. And what I really realized in that moment was my frustration was due to my lack of control of the situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I gave someone more control over a situation I had more expertise in. Mm-hmm. And when they looked me in my face and blatantly said, we don't feel you're worth what you think you're worth, and bitch, you can't even say the word aesthetics right. And so now that I'm out of that, we have an aesthetic school. Like our Aesthetics by P. Brown University's aesthetic program launches January 7th. Like we will have our first group of estheticians. And I'm excited because I know they're coming from my tribe. So they're serious about what they want to learn. I'm able to write the curriculum, change the curriculum. Like, that's a win for me. And while I'm happy for the women starting, I'm even more happy that I'm in a place where I'm going to enter this journey with them without hostility, without a grudge, and with complete control and the ability to give these babies what they need to come out of school with the possibility of clearing 6 figures and not work for $8.50 an hour at European Wax. You know
but
what
I mean? That's the thing though, because even like, I mean, it's the same type of thing when you're looking at different things they teach you with early learning, even child psychology, different things. It's not to equip you to run things. It's to equip you to become, to join the ladder. It's to equip you to get in line and help hold up somebody else's establishment. It's the bare minimum.
True. And you heard me say this before. Like, I feel like colleges, whether it's a trade school or a university's main job is to train you to work for someone. It's to train you to run someone else's dream. Right? And because can I give you another example of one of those moments? Not one of those moments, but what I'm about to go in.
I mean, it's your show. It's your show.
Shut up. I hate you.
Like, what am I going to say? No? No, Portia. No, you may not share on your show.
Okay, so we do Boss Lady brunches every year, right? And for those of you who don't know, the Boss Lady Brunch is where we get together 25 to 30 women. That's where Cap and Jelly hosted our first one. We do business advice and we help you become a profitable. We mold you. You get the knowledge and expertise from women who are killing it in the field on a regular basis. Yeah, they train you to be worthy. And so I'm going to preface this by saying, if you were at the last Boss Lady Brunch, somebody give me a thumbs up in the comments. Like, let me know you were there. So there was a young lady who was there, and she was there with the director of a nonprofit that worked with young girls. But her and her husband owned a janitorial company. And she had had an experience with like a crazy worker. Like a customer complained, she addressed it with her employee. The employee then called the customer and like threatened the customer, spazzed out on the customer. Now, to be clear, y'all, I can Hello Beautiful you all day. There's not a single person at Aesthetics by P. Brown that would want that smoke. You understand what I'm saying? And her question was, how do I prevent that from happening? Like, how could I have prevented that in the hiring process? Right? And what I told her was, so you had two opposing views. You had me, who is the entrepreneur, and then the other panelist was a W-2. Okay, I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that to differentiate the mind frame status. Okay? And I said to her, as the business owner, you must first figure out what you did in the workplace that allowed your staff to think that this was acceptable. What happened in training? Where'd the communication go? Because everyone knows, like, I go to eat with my staff. Hell, I take my nail tech out every year for her birthday, and we go to the most upscale nail place. And you know what I mean? Like, I kick it. We are a family, but not one of them would do that. They all know my limits. You know what I mean? And then the other panelist's response was, yeah, that sounds good, but I've been working in HR, and you can interview people, but you can't interview the crazy out, or you can't whatever. All you can do is document them out the door, right? I'm paraphrasing, y'all. If you were at the brunch and you know what I'm talking about, give me something in the comments. And it took me now a year to figure out why that rubbed me the wrong way, right? College trained you to follow protocols that someone else put in place to manage their dream. You feel me? So if you're the W-2, yes, that's all you could do. But if you're the company owner, it's your protocols, and you're not even gonna know which ones to write until you encounter these situations. So if you think like a W-2 for another business, you're not even equipped to run your business. Does that make sense? Tennessee is a right to work state. I don't have to give you an excuse for shit. You call my client cussing out, you not only got to leave, but you might have to meet me outside by the swing set. You feel what I'm saying? With some Bezaline. But the reality is, how could this have been prevented? What actions and things are in place? You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like you have so many people counting shit as a loss because of what college told them was a negative, and not realizing that they're writing the playbook. Does that make sense? Have you had a situation where you forgot you was writing a fucking playbook, sis? You know, I know we're girlfriends, so I can think of 7.
That's all. I'm like, wait, she's trying to make me tell my business. Quite a few where you have to turn around and say, wait, who am I? Wait a minute. Wait. Because they clearly don't know. And somehow I've forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's my name tag? Introduce myself to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. I just started binge watching Insecure. And at first she was really bothering me that she kept going in the mirror. And then I was like, no, maybe it bothers you because you realize you do that. I didn't realize, like this.
Don't judge me. I'm not seeing Insecure. Give me the mirror concept because I've not watched it.
Okay, so I just started watching. So those of y'all who are familiar, I'm on season 1. So for those of y'all who have been faithful to it a long time, you're free to judge, but she new to it. Okay.
I've not watched it. Hey, Miss Gilbert, baby. I've not watched it. So what's this mirror thing? What does she do?
Every situation, whether it's at work, whether it's dealing with males, dealing with friends, dealing with work, she basically runs scenarios and play-by-plays and acts out what she's going to say, what she was going to say, everything in the mirror.
So like, think she's at work, she's having a moment. She will
and like going through the whole conversation, what he said, how she gonna respond? What if he say this? Then she gonna respond like this. But outwardly, now I don't do that part. But outwardly saying everything in the mirror, like we're having this conversation. This is your face when he say it. This is your everything. You know, like rapping to herself. You know, talking to herself and
watch it.
At first, I was like, okay, you did that last time, like sis. But she did. She was doing it in different places at work, different places. But I mean, I do that at home when I'm speaking to myself, when I'm doing my affirmations, when I'm speaking to different parts of my body, when I'm affirming myself. I was like, wait, that's what she's basically, you know, it's dealing with the.
Does it help you mentally? Because, you know, I have what I call Jesus conversations. I don't do the mirror, but anyone who knows me has seen me stop what I'm doing in any place and be like, Jesus, she gonna make me act out of character. I need you to cover me. I need you to, like, I will talk to God like he's sitting on the seat beside me. I've had people look at me like if he responds and we hear him, we're gonna call the people. Like, because sometimes I have to catch myself.
She loves
you do it in the mirror when you like. Do you playing on Insecure, which I haven't seen, so don't no one be like, Portia, that ain't how it happened. Y'all better give me feedback on Insecure. Let me know if she's reading it right. Like, do you not do it at work and other places because you feel like someone would see you and judge you?
I think so because I guess at home it's like this is my safe place, so we can be raw. I've never gone to a work bathroom and been like, sis, do you have bail money? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I have not done that.
Myself would be like, yes, bitch, you do. Okay. But you know what? That says something because, like, I will admit, like, at my job, and yes, I work for myself, but that I've built it to be a safe zone for me. Like, I don't do crowds, so we work by appointment only. You know what I mean? And I don't know, because you are everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? You are the one constant in your life. No matter what goes right or what goes wrong, you will always be you and will always be. Jelly, I want you to do it one time at work for the crowd. Like, you got to go to work one time, and then you got to, like, I don't know, tweet about it right behind The Bachelor. You got to be like, I went to the bathroom today, and I was like, he better not kiss that hoe.
They're gonna be like, what? No, I mean, Shatonia, she said Insecure is awesome. Yes, she loves it, so she can, you know, help us out with that. And Jesus is her homeboy. I mean, are you talking about Jesus, or are you talking about the Lord, or?
Do you think? First of all, do you watch? Are you on TikTok? Are you on TikTok a lot?
I am on TikTok.
When she said Jesus is my homeboy, so there's this guy and his son, and they do these little skits, and he was talking about the neighbor getting on him or something. And she was like, do you even know Jesus? And no, it was a guy talking about his 5-year-old daughter. And she was like, yes, I know Jesus. He goes to my school. His mother's name is Maria. And all this. And I'm like, and her dad is like, she's talking about Jesus. She's talking about Jesus. But you know what? He my boy. So we call him whatever we need to call him because he done pulled me out of jail many times. He was like, we are going to catch her soul before everything we gift her with crumble.
I mean, it's one. I mean, I think sometimes when we go from an everyday 9 to 5 and we have different things, whether you're still working 9 to 5 or have endeavors on the side, sometimes we get to a place to where we might be harder on ourselves. So even allowing yourself to go in the mirror and be like, you know, makes you feel some type of way. Like, wait, am I losing it? Do I not have my ground? But I mean, it's an important thing to remember that we're human.
True.
We have feelings. And yes, yes, you can still be a boss, you know, and allow yourself to break so that you can back it up and start it back over. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. I personally am very hard on myself. I'm working on it. It's a progress, you know, it's a work in progress.
Now she is OCD with perfection. Okay, let me tell you, she is OCD with perfection. Now, as one of her Bellas, it makes me look good. You know, she's that one that when I'm doing events, she'll come in and be like, yeah, you're gorgeous. Let me move this hair here. Let me dust this off. No, that word doesn't mean what I think you think it means, Portia. Take it out the speech. Okay. No, you're good. Go on, baby. You know I'm literal. Just go on. Like, speaking of insecure, like your program builds women up. Right? That is what I Am Bella is. It's giving women the opportunity to hold up a badge and go, I'm beautiful. I am who I am. Put me in a pageant, even though I'm curvy. By the way, y'all, my tribe, I need y'all to send her every DM. When you wake up first thing in the morning, I want you to go to her pages and DM her how affronted we are that she would not let me enter the Bella pageant.
What?
I told you 3 years in a row. That's what she did, y'all. That laugh. She was like, no.
I thought you were going to say something real. I was really looking forward to this.
No,
like, oh, it's gonna be. They're gonna wake up like morning. I thought they were gonna say something, I thought you were ready to say something deep.
When you do this next Bella pageant, whether it's virtual or in person, damn it, I want you to take me being a contestant real. You can't.
Okay, so y'all are hearing this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being recorded,
and y'all have to support my. You better support my beauty journey.
So you're saying. That who is this? Yes to Jelly. One of my staff was a runner-up in your pageant last. What? Nora! Yes, she's my love bug. But you know what I mean? Like, man, Nora, I love her. I think at one point I punched her.
What?
No, like I will fight you for you.
Explain that statement, Queen.
I mean,
well, first of all, she won't fight me for me because she won't even let me be a contestant, but we'll come back to that. Explain that statement. What do you mean when you say I will fight you?
I just want to try to know, first of all, there are some things in the works, so you mark this day down. So if Portia don't come back and be like, oh, yes, I'm going through the such and such.
I practice my speech, y'all. I'm coming back.
So basically what my thing is, when I say, I mean, okay, so I'm not going to lie. There might have been a person or two that I might have hit. Nope, they weren't really injured. Waivers are signed. There's, it is what it is. I will fight you for you. It's almost like there are different things that I have experienced in life. And there are different times where I see you, meaning like I see your wings and you still think you're in a cocoon. So I will push you off this ledge for you to have to reach and realize that you can fly.
See, and that's how I know, baby girl, you talk, girl. That's how you know she on your tribe. Because if you push them, excuse me, y'all. My tribe is with me, and never mind. I'll explain that later. Go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry.
You know how it's almost like the mama burn. They're like, oh, they push you out. Oh, they nudge you. No, I'm not talking about nudging you.
No, you got to push them.
Like, I'm going to fight you for you. Because sometimes you don't realize that you might not be fighting hard enough. I go into mother hen mode. I will peck the life out of. I mean, we both gonna die trying. We gonna let either you gonna fly, but we both gonna die.
Bishop T.D. Jakes was doing an interview about his book called The Crushing. If y'all have not seen this interview, y'all, it's with Stephen Furtick. Okay, go on YouTube, look for the interview of The Crushing with Stephen Furtick. But he mentions that analogy, and he goes, to the mother, when she pushes him, it's that moment of fear because she has to push him to fly, right? And to the baby, as he's falling, that is the crushing. Because you feel like someone was being mean to you, you feel mistreated, you feel hurt as you're flying. And it's only right before you hit the ground, when you spread your wings in a moment of panic and soar, that your crushing manifests into some of your greatest moments. And so I think it's so fitting that you say it like that, because there are a lot of people who walk around feeling mistreated when all we are trying to do is get them to soar.
There are times when, there are some people who they look in the mirror and they see their experiences instead of seeing themselves.
Okay. So like, does that apply to you too sometimes?
That has applied to me a time or two. That has applied. I'm human, and it's okay.
Go in the bathroom mirror and go, okay, bitch.
I mean, it's real though, because my thing is there are some things that I've experienced. So it's like, okay, we've experienced some things. I even heard Portia say at one time to a group of youth, where she said, I've endured some things that, if you listen to me, you won't have to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I've walked this route. This is the way to loving. Mm-hmm. This is the way to love. Mm-hmm. Love is blessing you. But if you haven't learned how to love yourself, you won't see the different areas where love is blessing you.
True.
And so if you walk in this path that I'm trying to take you through, this path that is I've already bled through, you know what I'm saying? Then you will come to find that love is blessing you. Mm-hmm. And like she said, sometimes we are our hardest critics. Real talk. I'm very literal and very detailed.
That's what makes you great. That's what makes you, when you are your hardest critic, you also are your own competition. Like, you are your only competition. And I feel bad because people will often come to me and be like, well, don't you know so-and-so? They're doing da-da-da. And I'm like, no. And it's no disrespect to that person. It's, I can't do what I need to do and focus on what the hell you're doing at the same time. You know what I mean? And I think the fact that you are critical and that I don't think you're always critical. I think you see the vision God gave you and you're scared that if you don't pay attention to every detail, you won't manifest it the way he's given it. Does that make sense?
Because it's like when I do it not my way, then it turns out and it blows your mind, because a lot of times I dream it first. I don't give myself my dreams. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And 9 times out of 10, when I dream it, the things I see are not always things I even know. I mean, when we first had the very first pageant that hit that 350 mark, which was the second pageant, I had a dream that it was at Rocketown, and I didn't even know Rocketown existed. I was like, so I was trying to describe it to people, and once I described it, I'm like, and it's saying Rocket something. Then somebody was like, oh, it's a place called Rocketown. And I was like, oh, it exists, but where is it? And then we end up going to the place, and the funny thing is, I ended up telling my dream and the whole everything to the actual event manager who was taking our tickets at the door, and she was like, huh, can you stay after the show? Because we went to a show where a friend of mine was doing her belly dance performance. After the show ended at 10 o'clock. The event manager was like, okay, so come on with me. Let me give you a tour. 10 o'clock at night, I'm getting a tour of everything, because she was like, the way that you described what you saw and the fact that you've never been here before. And I was describing backstage. I mean, I'd never seen any of it, just telling her what I saw, what things look like, where was this. And she took me to everything. She said, I know that you're supposed to be here, because how could you know these things? You've never been here before.
Hello, XYZ. I'm sorry, I'm jumping in, but I think I said to a client the other night, I said, we often overlook the part of the Bible where God talks about the gifts he gave to the church. You know what I mean? And your vision of the path he wants you on, it's talked about. Like, God is like, I am going to give you seers. I'm going to give you a vision. And I feel like, when in our mission statement, we talk about the fact that God says, I will give you undisturbed resting places. And Aesthetics by P. Brown has strived, the community has supported to be that undisturbed resting place. You can come in and you can address your insecurities physically and be at peace. And what I love about what you do with the Bella Project is you give women an undisturbed resting place to mentally address their mental health issues. And you do it from as little as, I've seen you work with 2 and 3-year-olds. And that's where the seeds are planted and watered, all the way up to 30-year-old women. You know what I mean? And if you're anything like me, like, it's when people come in and they're like, well, how do you do this? Or you might need to. Every time I critique my steps based off what an expert tells me, it becomes an L. Like, it never works.
That has been a big thing for me. And I mean, it's cost me financially. It's cost me relationship wise. It's cost me emotionally. Me leaning onto what other people's ideas of what I should be doing, opposed to me just flowing.
I agree.
You know.
And to be clear, y'all, we're not saying you don't need mentors. We're not saying you don't need experience. Even the Bible says that if you want to do something well, find someone who is already doing it and succeeded and mold yourself after. What we're saying is, in that process, you need discernment. The Bible says, do not cast pearls to swine. Don't give your wisdom to people who is going to gobble it up and shit it out and not do nothing with it. Do not cast bones to dogs. Don't give pieces of yourself to random dogs to fight over and break. And he even goes so far, if y'all seen the IG I posted in my Bible time, tells you to be careful of the yeast that the Pharisees and Sadducees fill you. Because I find it ironic, and we talked about this, that I am in a point where we are once again at Aesthetics by P. Brown going through explosive growth. And we are doing it in a pandemic. So first of all, hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. And my tribe is moving. And I don't care what anyone says, my clients are the best walking this earth. But I find it fitting that during that time, what he keeps feeding me is to be careful of what I digest from other people, because it can enrich me or it can hinder me. You know what I mean? And so I don't think they talk about that. Now everybody's a life coach. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's the end thing. But I mean, I know for me, one thing I've definitely learned, it's almost like, I mean, this is the way I look at it. Like, okay, if I know that I need protein, and you know what I mean, like, that's not your household might need iron. I'm overflowing in iron, but I keep coming to you to get what I think, because for me, it's where I've questioned myself or doubted myself instead of gleaning out what I need. I can eat a little bit of this, eat a little bit of this, instead of just taking all that you got, giving me, so I won't be sick. And so, I mean, it's good to take advice, but weigh it against, and pray to make sure that you're using it to the benefit of what you're supposed to be doing, opposed to trying to walk in somebody else's shoes that you weren't called to walk in.
Agreed. I think a lot of people's experience and advice will always be weighed by what their perceived failures and fears are. Anyone who's been in my mentoring programs over the last 3 years, I firmly believe fear is a perception, and perceived fear can paralyze you. And it's not even always your perceived fear. It's someone saying, I did this, I went up in flames, don't waste your time. Maybe that wasn't meant for them. Maybe it was meant for you. Maybe they tried it because God gave that vision to someone else. They heard about it, thought it was a good deal, thought they would go implement it. And God was like, not your thing. We're going to bring you back. You know what I mean? Because life's lessons are meant to be humbling and corrective. They're never meant to feel good. They're never meant to motivate you. You know, or not motivate you. They're never meant to be a hindrance to you. They're always meant to make you a critical thinker, if that makes sense.
I like that.
So Jel, I don't think a lot of people know how we met. And I like the way you tell the story of how we became acquainted. So could you reintroduce our relationship to the world, please?
Okay, well, it was a cold day. No, I'm playing. I used to be the Nashville City Coordinator for Brides Against Breast Cancer, which was an expo to where, but it was a huge bridal show. And 1 year Portia was one of our vendors, but originally I didn't know she was one of our vendors. I was directing people here and there. She came up asking a question. I answered it and I was like, I don't know who she is, but okay, thanks. This is what you need to do. Okay, great. Then she came asking where her table was. I'm like, okay, this is where it is. Great, thanks. And she watched me for a while, and I was very confused because I was like, okay. And then she said some things that were funny. It was great. So anywho, we ended up, I think it was, I came and sat at your table.
And did a makeup.
Service. Yes, I think it was makeup. And we just kind of shared and did some things, shared a little bit. I mean, and it was a great expo. And then at the end, she was like, I would really like to gift you a service, a manicure. And I was like, no, I'm good. Like, no need. Thanks for being here. And she was like, no, this is the information, make the appointment. I want to do something for you. And I was like, no, you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessary. Bless you. You know what I mean? Like, you're good. But I mean, we had a little more conversation. I was like, okay, well, this lady is serious. So I'm just going to go to her spa and get a manicure. And I kept thinking she was going to do like an add-on type thing. You know what I mean? Because I was like, why would you just give somebody a manicure? And I didn't even realize I don't even know if I realized she was the owner. I was just like, this lady just really likes my face. So you got, I was glad she told me she was married because I wasn't sure what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, wow.
I get that more than you realize, though. I got to be like, hold up, shorty. You cute and all, but it ain't that part.
She complimented how young I looked to her, and then she whispered in my ear her age, and I was like, shut up. And so it was an instant feeling of a safe person, though, because I'm a very guarded person at different times, especially during events, because when people realize that you're kind of the person in charge, sometimes you have a lot of snoozers.
Mm-hmm. I felt like that's what you thought I was doing, too. And to be clear, though, the part she glossed over was I kept going, no, trust me, it's Aesthetics by P. Brown. Like, come, like, and I kept saying it like, if you bump into my tribe, they will tell you this is what I do. Because you could tell she thought I was trying to get something out of her. And I didn't realize till you told the story years later, like it sounded like when you told it, like I was being boastful. Like I was like, but I'm P. Brown. And that was never like, I
mean, because her thing is just like, you work so hard. Come, let me give you rest. You know what I mean? And I'm just like,
you were like, bitch, no. Like, you look like I was offering to take your cookies, Jelly. Like, you was like, hold up.
I was just like, I don't know what she thinks I have. And so, like, all that is not necessary, sis. I'm glad you had a good time. Because when it comes to vendors, my thing is, of course, you want attendees to have a great time. You want people who come to feel loved, to feel welcome. But it's always been very important to me that my vendors also understand that this is about them as well. This should be an experience for you as well as a vendor, and not just as the person giving experience to other people. Like, everyone who leaves here should feel like they had an encounter, they had a good experience.
So can I tell you why I wanted you to retell that story? I felt like that event as a whole, like your service was amazing. You're a woman in charge. But as far as me and business, it did absolutely nothing for me. It was a way to support women in breast cancer. But I felt like all God wanted me to see that day was this woman who was pouring into other women. You had young teenagers there who people would otherwise overlook, discount, judge, belittle. Like, you could tell these girls felt their most confident when in your orbit, while you were telling them, no, go do this. No, I don't have time to talk about it. Go do it. You know what I mean? And you also, like, okay, my tribe know me. So if you don't know me, you better get to know me. I'm big on energy. Like, I feel that vibe. And in that moment, the only thing that kept coming to me when we were around each other was pour in. That's all I heard in my head. Like, if it wasn't for those moments, that moment, our meeting, that event will be lost in the history. I've not done another bridal event since. I had so many companies call me, magazine, girl, shit, Wedding Wire called me yesterday. Okay. It did absolutely nothing for my bottom line. And as a side note for business, it's not everything is for your business, y'all. But in that moment, I believe that sometimes God will put two people in a place at one time to make sure that those balance boards hit. You know what I mean? And you, even in that moment, like you say, the DJ, because his mess was horrible. There was some angry brides there, and you went in and you did your Auntie Jelly thing, and you were like, yes, girl. She knows she didn't look cute in that dress, but your butt was like, yes, look at them curves. Me and Dad was like, what curves? We don't think, okay, we clapping. She said yes to the dress. Like, you poured in to everyone, but then whenever you would get that moment to yourself, you would have the most blank look on your face. And then when you could see people are looking at you, it was like a light switch. You're like, hey, what can I? And I knew that. You know what I mean? Like, I've been that person. I am an introvert, Jelly. I am my most happiest when people leave me alone sometimes. Like, let me read a book. Let me curl up in my own little corner of the world. Like, I call women beautiful because I see the beauty in everyone that comes through the door. I'm genuinely happy to see y'all, love on you. That is who it is. But my personality is very much an introvert. So I know what it's like to be empty, exhausted, and still needing to give or perform. You know what I mean? And that's what I saw that day. Usually, to be clear, y'all, I don't usually walk up to everyone in that mode and look, y'all, I don't know which side of my head it's on, and be like, let me give you something free, because that's not business. I wouldn't be as popular as I am. Like, if I'm going to give away something free, I give to my tribe. I'm like, girl, you've been a member for 13 years. Come on in. But in that moment, God was like, you have got to pour into this woman because she is pouring into my seeds. And if you're the one watering the seeds, but we let them dry, then we're equally as guilty for the faults of the community. You know what I mean? And then it was hilarious that while I was trying to do it, you started acting like someone was trying to like take you in a dark corner and make you cough. Like, you're like, no, I don't know.
No. That is hilarious. Hey, thank you.
I was married because she for real thought I was hitting on her. Like, she was like,
she started whispering in my ear. And I mean, I don't know about a lot of y'all. I was like, why is she? I mean, because she was doing my makeup, and I'm like, I can hear her. Why is she whispering? You know what I mean? Like, there's just different things. And then you have to remember, first of all, it's a miracle that I actually sat down for her to do my makeup, because I never do, like, that's not even what I do. I mean, I was like, she keep asking me, you know what, let me just go and sit down. Like, let me get these people where I need them to be. Let's do this quick fashion show. Let me get these, because then when women are in the dressing rooms and they don't like their dress, let me quick bring another dress. Let me quick bring another whatever. Let me quick kick your sister out so you can see the dress and how cute you really do look, and, just, different things. There's not only a lot of time, but for some reason, it's like time stood still. And we were able to gel, but then it was just so funny to me because I was like, why is she whispering? I'm right here, but it was almost like, it was an intimate, like, not intimate, but I mean, it was an intimate thing.
They think I'm 25, but I'm 40. Like, yeah, we'll do it, but then I got to come to your pageant. And as all of you know, my stepdaughter is my baby. I do not say stepdaughter. Brooklyn is my baby. Okay. And I remember the Bella pageant was for plus size women. You celebrate them. We want your curves on display. And Brooklyn is my baby, but plus size she is not. Okay. And I remember that she was so in love and empowered. Do you remember that, Jelly? That she wanted to go home that night and eat so that she can become plus size, so that she could join your pageant because she wanted to be a Bella. And I was like, well, we're going to talk to Jelly. You're going to be an honorary Bella. That ain't how this look, baby. Look, you are beautiful the way you are. And she cried, y'all. She cried. She made it seem like I was a horrible mom. Like she was like, I wanted me a Bella, a crown, and I need a cheeseburger. And I just right.
And it was so funny because her daddy didn't appreciate that. Because he was concerned about her health. It was just Vic
was like, what the fuck did you take?
There she's coming home trying to
he was not like, girl, she was like, they were so beautiful. And they were that beautiful. And I said, yes, you did that. Like do you hear me? Y'all know you can put on an event when it's damn near 11 o'clock at night. I done pulled a 13-hour shift and I'm in the audience eating popcorn, cheering. This girl's talent was, what was it, like cutting hair or braiding? I can't remember. She did locks on the stage.
Yeah.
I was like, yes. Who do I date to? Like you, girl. Yeah, and then I tried to participate, and she told me I was barely thick enough, and she laughed in my face. But
you were doing good. You were doing so good to just now. Y'all, Portia. Then y'all gonna get mad when you find out about what's in the works, and y'all gonna be like, I thought Portia was gonna be a contestant, and she gonna be like, well,
no, I am. If she me to go ahead, y'all gotta be ready to support. Dang it. I better look. There'll be 500 people in that crowd. The first 2 rows can be mine, damn it. Y'all better, I need all the votes I can get, okay? Because y'all know this, it don't happen every day. Hell, it don't happen 3 times a month, okay? So if I get dolled up and look cute so I can be a Bella and have a Jessica Rabbit curves, dang it, I need votes. Like
I love that you said I have a Jessica Rabbit curve. I mean, all curves are beautiful.
Girl, yes.
Embrace what you have. And let's be clear, if you feel like you need a little more, I mean, this is a business, okay? Aesthetics by P. Brown can help you.
And we're gonna cut up with you while we do it. So just know we ain't wood spa, day spa, whatever. We gonna crack jokes all day long. And I have what we call hard head make a soft ass fee. So if I give you advice and you pay me for it, I put in work for it, but you go do the opposite and come to me and ask me to fix it, there's a charge for that. I mean, it's extra, it's on top of the other stuff. But it's because I love you and I gave you the correct advice the first time. But what I love most, Joe, real talk, and I know we've been on here for almost an hour. So I'm gonna let you kind of just let people know, oh no, Jill, you gotta tell the damn baby doll story. Because I talk about the baby doll story.
That was the failure that you were trying to make me mention, and I was trying not to mention that.
No. You gotta tell the baby doll story because I tell the baby, I talk about it, and okay, so we are a business, the two of us separately, not the same business. So I never tell your story for you because proprietary rights. So Jelly, as our wrap it up moment, tell them the damn baby doll story because it's the best. Like, first of all, y'all, can I tell you I heard the story why she took me to this bullshit ass audition in Atlanta? Okay? And I don't know if my cousin is on here, but Shakia Renee, while at this, it was not the contestants was the best part. The panel can kiss my behind. Contestants were amazing. As I'm at this event with her, this girl, realized we are cousins because I was calling you to see if you wanted to go to lunch and you were at a photo shoot, and she damn near burst into tears. Do you remember that, Jelly? And I was like, maybe I should meet my cousin off-site. She might have a stalker.
Okay, before I tell the baby doll story, let me go ahead and share my Bella Life video.
Give it to me, girl.
To give y'all a little bit more about what Bella is about. Okay, Portia,
okay,
you.
Oh, shoot.
Wait.
Let me know what I need to do.
Okay, so
I see it. I'm adding it to the screen.
Look at you. Can you remove this?
Hold on. Let me see.
It should be your banner.
I don't think it will.
Look at you. And I just want to go ahead. Oh, take that one off.
Hold on. Ugh. You know what? We're going to have to use that one just for this, only because it's the only one. Can I take off the overlay altogether?
Yep.
How do I take off the overlay altogether?
Yeah, you did it. And then can we take a second just to let you know that everything you said you couldn't do, you did today? Because you're amazing.
It's because I had support. I had a good support system.
You are amazing. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
Portia is bomb. Sometimes she doesn't realize how bomb she is.
It's time for bed.
Mama, I want to be a Bella when I grow up, so I can help people love themselves and throw big, fun Bella parties.
But you're already a Bella, Kamaya.
So does that mean I get the big, fun Bella parties?
No, that means that you're smart, strong, confident, and you're destined to rise. All right? I love you. Good night. Mwah.
Oh, Bella.
Welcome to the Bella Life, a league of hope ambassadors committed to building a healthier community through sisterhood, community service, positive networking, motivating personal and professional growth. We believe the more we support and advocate for one another while encouraging what makes us unique, the better life will become.
Y'all see if y'all recognize somebody soon.
Who would I be if I had not experienced tragedy? A proud survivor in a one-of-a-kind community. Get to encourage, enlighten, and empower you. Who sees your value doesn't matter what you've been through. Emotionally able to handle the trials of this life. No time for hate and jealousy or any kind of strife. Who come to understand mortality is so real. It's not a game, and we're slowly learning how to heal. We love harder.
Did y'all recognize who had the ball, y'all?
More. Develop self-talk, then boldly take this world by the storm. Focus on the positive and promise that we'll never quit. We were born with purpose, and we're sure to fulfill it. Those who gain confidence must also help others to rise a code in the Bella Life.
Girl, are you ready for that double dutch in the heel?
B-E-L-L-A. Strong, smart, confident, and destined to rise. We live in the Bella Life. B-E-L-L-A. B-E-L-L-A. Strong, smart, confident, and destined to rise. We live in the Bella Life.
Decide you matter and make self-care a priority. Nourish your mind, emotions, body, set your spirit free. Believe you're worth it, you're enough, my dear, you are divine. It will bring healing to the soul and soothe your troubled mind. If you neglect yourself, you put a limit on your growth. Lower your value, and with time you smother in your soul. To reach
Y'all see that double dutch in them heels?
You must accept yourself and choose to love the queen within. If you don't think that you're amazing, baby girl, who will? Challenge the negative and tell that nonsense to be still. May not be perfect, but you're worth it, and I promise you, God's word is solid to the core, you're awesome and it's true. Those who gain confidence must also help others survive. Welcome to the Bella Life.
B-E-L-L-A. B-E-L-L-A. Strong, smart, confident, and destined to rise. We live in the Bella life. B-E-L-L-A. B-E-L-L-A. Strong, smart, confident, and destined to rise. We live in the Bella life.
Welcome to the Bella Life.
So basically, that's strong, smart, confident, and destined to rise. That is a motto that past queens helped me come up with. I asked them each to give me a word that stuck out to them during the Bella process.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said strong, smart, confident, rise. And so I came up with, they gave me other words too, but so I came up with strong, smart, confident, and destined to rise. And that's a reminder that I try to give myself. And it's like, okay, if I'm not living the Bella life and reminding myself that I'm strong, smart, confident, and destined to rise, then I can't, nothing else is going to do well either,
That makes sense. I love it.
And so I appreciate you letting me share that video, because it's one thing for me to talk about the pageant and talk about the Bella Project, but I feel like that video kind of encompasses everything. Plus, it was my first time rapping. Yeah. Well, not my first time rapping, but my first song of my own. So the story, oh my gosh, I was gonna try to see if you had forgot about it. Okay, so and look at you maneuvering stuff.
Girl, because you know what? I realized, I was like, it's the holidays. Okay, y'all. So I want everyone who is still on this live to know, I'm going to ask some key questions about the baby doll story on IG and Instagram. And that will determine who wins a couple things. Now, for my YouTube, I'm going to give away a free virtual consultation because y'all been hitting me up and making me work, okay? For my IG, I'm going to let you vote on what the giveaway will be, okay? For my Facebook, it's probably going to be whatever IG votes for because, y'all, I'm a Pisces. I can't be in multiple places. So listen to the story we're about to go out on. Listen to this part if you don't listen to nothing else because we're doing the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway, and this will be integral to you winning something. Give me the baby doll story.
Okay, so I am at a beauty salon and I'm waiting to get my I'm waiting to get my hair done. And I have a lot of childcare experience. I have a lot of experience working with special needs youth. And there was a young lady who was special needs. And I had identified that from watching her. And she was sitting with a doll that was very dirty. And so she was with her doll. And I was like, you know what? My beautician is running late. This will be a great time for me to pour into her. This would be a great time, for me to teach her some things, So I come a little closer to her and I say, what's your baby's name? And she just kind of looks at me and everything. And I'm like, okay, well, the baby is, the baby's cold, because the baby didn't have anything on. And so she was just like, okay, and I'm like, and oh, your baby's dirty, you got to clean it and take care of it. And I'm going through all of this. She's looking at the doll and she's looking at me. And once again, I'm going through this whole scenario, y'all. I'm asking about, did you feed the baby today? Did you bathe it? You got to take care of it. Did your baby have a nap? I'm just going through all these different things thinking we got to take care of it. And, and she's looking at the doll and she's looking at me and I'm like, what's the baby's name? And she's like, huh? And I'm like, what's the baby's name? And she's looking at the doll and I'm feeling this euphoric sense of, I have empowered this young lady to where she's going to take such better care of her doll because she realizes this is her baby. And she turns to me and she says, this is a doll. Did you think it was real? And I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, and then she lifts her doll up in the air and yells at the top of her lungs to everybody in the place, hey, everybody, she thought this was real. And everybody starts laughing, and I wanted to run out of there. And then, as if it couldn't get any worse, she then proceeds to ask me if I want to go to play at Chuck E. Cheese with her when we leave here. And she asked her mama, can I come play with her at Chuck E. Cheese?
So, what was your takeaway from that? Like your lesson? Because y'all, let me tell you, when she told me the story, we went in two different directions. So, and I was like, wait a minute. That ain't what I took from it. So what was your takeaway from it?
My takeaway is from that was, I mean, it doesn't matter how much stuff you know. It doesn't matter how many expertise and things you have. There is an approach to everything, you know, and had I met her where she was already playing with the doll. Had I met her where she was and maybe asked her if I could join in instead of just coming in to tell her how to take care of the doll. Had I met her where she was and maybe came in to play with her, see what she thought with the doll, let her lead the engagement instead of me just thinking, I got this expertise, I got these skills, I'm going to change your life. Had I met her where she was and tried to walk through things with her, we could have come to a place where we could have named the doll together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me looking like I need to go ask my mom if I need to go to Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I'm saying? Just the whole, you know, I ended up looking like the one who was lost because I didn't assess, you know, instead of me assessing the situation and meeting her where she was, I came with my, here we go. I know so much, you know.
So when she told me this story, Tribe, I'm a businesswoman at all times. And I thought, that's so profound. And she was like, I know, the baby thought I was special.
That's what I've been trying not to say. Like, she felt bad for me. Like,
and what I heard in there, and this is where I'm gonna leave, is so many of y'all are paying attention to the fucking baby doll. So many of y'all have businesses and you're looking at the pretend and you're building stories and ideology around the freaking baby doll. That if you take a minute and meet that baby doll where it is, you find it's plastic. Don't need a name. It's not going to eat. It's not going to cry. It may pee if it's a baby alive. And you know what? You could go to Chuck E. Cheese with or without the baby doll. You know what I mean? But so many people are looking at these businesses on Instagram and YouTube and they don't realize these people are broke. Their credit score is 480. They eating McDonald's cheeseburgers, not because they like McDonald's, but they only got $1.50 in their pocket. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they are selling you concepts and dreams that they themselves has not fully developed. And whereas she saw the baby doll and saw the possibilities and the imagination behind it, the little girl holding the doll, holding what she has manifested this whole story around is like,
ain't that deep?
My mama bought this at Pop Shop.
Why should I clean it? It ain't alive. You know what I mean? Like,
new baby doll.
She sleep on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, it's cold. Your baby's so cold. And she looking at the doll and looking at me, and I'm thinking, this is so beautiful. And she thinking she is so special. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
so I'm gonna say to my tribe, don't feel you have to bleed for everyone. Let God guide who you show your weaknesses and even your strengths to. Because your strength can be a weakness if you let other people exploit them. To my sis, I'm just going to say thank you. Thank you for watering the seeds. Thank you for giving a damn about women and their mental health and their self-esteem enough to build a movement. You know what I mean? Some of my nearest and dearest friends, some of the women I call sis, I met through your movement. And I've gone to Vegas with one. You know what I mean? I've built relationship with y'all. She got my hair right. She got my nails fine. And when I first heard about her, I was like, Jelly, you letting the nail tech do your hair?
Mhm.
I shouldn't have been looking at the baby doll. Is all I'm saying. I shouldn't have been looking at the baby doll. So I just want you to not be discouraged at any point in this journey. And I'm not saying that because I think you are discouraged. I'm saying that because there are times I need a reminder as to why. Why am I on this fight? Why do I care enough? You know what I mean? I can often think, dang, Portia, you could work at any hospital, and right now they offering good bonuses. You know what I mean? They offering good bonuses. And I want you to know your work is cherished, respected, and loved. You feel me, sis?
Thank you.
Tell the tribe where to find you, and then I'm gonna close out because I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too. I wish I didn't live so far. So I'm what's that eating at your house? On Facebook, you can find me under the Bella Project. On Instagram, you can find me at bella.projecttn. You can find me at TGI Jelly on Facebook as well as on Instagram. Let's connect. Let's get together. Because apparently, sooner than you realize, y'all gotta support Portia on a virtual stage. All right.
They ready. Try tell them they ready. We about to show up, show out, and show down. Okay. And so on Instagram, I've tagged all her Instagrams. I tagged the Auntie Jelly. I tagged the Bella Project. I tagged TGI Jelly. Like, we got it. On Facebook, I just put the Bella Project. She's going to check my links to make sure you have it. I thank you, Tribe, for jumping in. Next week, I'm trying to snatch our girl from Gyms. The week after, I'm going to snatch Melanice from Fifth Quarter. Y'all, this is a series. I want you to meet the dynamic women who I feed into and who feed into me. So I love you, Tribe. I love you, Gels.
Love you more.
Bye, Queen.
Bye, Tribe.